Hey everybody! So it's just coming up to 1 o'clock in the morning, and I just got done watching 1989's The BFG, based on Roald Dahl's classic book, starring David Jason, Amanda Root, Frank Thornton, Molly Sugden, classic British actors. It's been many years actually since I watched this. I haven't seen this since I had it on VHS. I had to get this out of the cellophane wrapper to watch the DVD because it's been sat on my shelf for so long. But it kind of, the animation in this, it's kind of like something that you would expect from Filmation, the people that did He-Man and the She-Ra, etc. But you know what, this is very, it's very kid friendly. I mean, it's a universal rating anyway. But I tell you, even as a grown up, I mean, I loved this as a kid. But even as an adult, watching it now, it's still excellent. If you don't know the story, it's about Sophie, who is kind of inadvertently kidnapped from her her orphanage by the BFG, the Big Friendly Giant, who takes her back to Giant Country, where it turns out while all the other giants there, who are actually a lot bigger than him, I never understood the difference between these huge fucking giants and then he's like this small measly giant. They all eat humans, but he doesn't, and I guess there's probably a diet issue, that's why he's not as big. But anyway, I'm thinking too practically for a kids film. So anyway, she gets to know the BFG, and they make very good friends, and then it turns out that the human eating giants are going like to human land. I don't know, I'm not quite clear on the grand scheme of things where, like, if Giant Country is actually on Earth or what. I assume so, but it's some distant land anyway. But anyway, it turns out that the giants are going and slaying humans. So Sophie helps come up with an idea to get the Queen of England to help them out to stop these human-killing giants. And I tell you, the design of, I mean, the BFG is done like this kindly old man, and then you got the human-eating giants, which are the most terrifying visions you can imagine. In a way, one of the main ones kind of reminds me of the evil Chief Rabbit in Watership Down. It's kind of like that. But I know as a child certainly gave me friggin' nightmares. I mean, I wouldn't show this to anyone too young. I highly recommend showing it to kids if you've got them, or know, you know some that you end up babysitting or something. But like I say, some of these designs are quite disturbing. The animation is quite good. I mean, we're not talking about a big studio. I'm not clear on, I haven't looked up at what their other work is. So it looks like the kind of stuff that would have been kind of animation that I would have maybe seen in other TV shows around the time. But there is a lot, particularly in the last third. There's a lot of rotoscoping of people, and I guess that's because they're not in it until the end. I just found it a lot more obvious at the end. But for the most part, this movie, the pacing is really good. The setup of the characters. I'm a big sucker for cel-drawn animation, so that I love as well. And I just feel, I mean, the acting isn't, I mean, David Jason, who I love, not only in his live action acting roles like Only Fools and Horses and Porridge, I also love his voice work. I mean, Danger Mouse, Count Duckula, I love all that stuff. So I cannot imagine, I've just found out while looking up the year of this movie, I just found out that there... Note to self, make sure you charge camcorder battery before recording. Anyway, so yeah, while looking up the year for this film, I found out that finally they're making a new version of this that Steven Spielberg is supposedly directing. That should be coming out in about 2016. Now, in a way, when I first started watching this, I was like, you know what, it surprises me that more hasn't been done, like more versions of this haven't been done. But at the same time as I was watching it, because when I started I was kind of like, this is it feels a bit dated, and I was worried about that kind of thing. But you know what, while I was watching it, it kind of dawned on me that I could not imagine anybody else being a BFG other than David Jason, because, you know, I mean, it's been many years since I read the book, but he immortalises that character so well. I mean, I know I read the book after, I reread the book a year or so after first watching this, and all I could hear, I just could hear it in his voice. I read it in his voice. So, I don't know, I've not seen anything regarding cast and that for this new version, but I'm actually kind of dreading it now. So yeah, just please, if you love animated films, if you love the Roald Dahl book, this is probably the most faithful interpretation you're going to get. If you love family films and that, please, if you get the chance, if you haven't already, check out 1989's The BFG. It's definitely worth your time. But for now, that's it, and I'll see you tomorrow. For now, this is Sketch, signing out.